Most of us were taught to think about money as something scarce, something you have to fight for, chase, and hold on to tightly once you get it. But what if that entire framing is the exact thing keeping money away from you? What if money isn't a fixed, limited thing at all, but energy meant to move? Let's start with what that actually means. To understand this idea, we first have to change the way we look at money. Money doesn't actually behave the way we're taught to think about it. We treat it like a solid object, something to grip and protect. But energy doesn't work that way. Energy moves, it circulates, it flows toward openness and away from anything gripped too tightly. When you start seeing money as energy, instead of a fixed resource, everything about how you relate to it changes. Because energy that's blocked stagnates, and energy that flows freely expands. That means money is no different. And once you begin looking at money this way, another question naturally comes up. If money is meant to flow, then what is actually stopping that flow in the first place? The answer to this question is scarcity. So how does scarcity block this flow? For most people, the biggest blockage isn't the amount of money they have, it's the fear attached to it. Most people relate to money from a place of fear of not having enough, and fear of losing what they have. That fear creates a kind of energetic clenching, a tight grip that blocks the very flow it's trying to protect. Think of it like closing your fist around water. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers. Scarcity thinking does the same thing to money. It constricts the channel money is supposed to move through, all in the name of trying to keep it safe. And once you recognize that scarcity is really about the way you hold on to money, you can begin to understand what the opposite actually feels like. It isn't necessarily about having more. It starts with how you feel about what you already have. And that's when abundance comes in. Abundance isn't about how much money you currently have. It's a state of trust, trusting that money moves, that it circulates, and that giving it room to flow doesn't create lack. It creates more space for it to return. People who feel abundant, even with modest amounts, tend to attract more because their energy around money is relaxed and open. People who feel scarce, even with large amounts, often stay stuck in that same tight, anxious grip because the issue was never the number, it was the energy underneath it. So if abundance is a state that can be practiced, then the next question becomes, how do you actually practice it? One of the simplest ways is through the way you allow money to leave you. When you give freely, you're telling your subconscious something powerful. I trust that this flows, and I trust that more will come. That trust is what actually opens the channel. Hoarding tells your subconscious that money is scarce and something to be feared losing. So how do you shift your relationship with money? Start noticing the language you use around money. I can't afford that. Money is tight. There's never enough. Each of those phrases reinforces the exact scarcity energy that blocks the flow. Replace fear-based language with trust-based language. Not denial of your current numbers, but a genuine shift in how you relate to money by spending with trust instead of anxiety, receiving without guilt, and giving without fear of lack.